ready to ply. The Kentucky soil is our last and biggest class. Light limited super stock tractors sporting the widest variety of vehicles. This is a battle of the bluegrass at its finest and perhaps its craziest.
What is pulling? It's the only motorsport measured in inches. Pulling involves tractors and trucks hitched to a special sled with a moving weight box. The goal is to haul the sled as far as possible before the shifting weight pulls it to a stop. The longest pull wins.
Welcome to another Battle of the Bluegrass, the Jeffrey Machine Summer National presented by Hatfield and McCoy Beef Jerky from Shepherdsville, Kentucky. Hello again, everyone. I'm Ted Jones along with Tom McConnell. We're going to be featuring the light limited super stock tractors on this show. This tractor class consists of two types of tractors, diesel powered with 470 cubic inches and alcohol limited to 370 cubic inches. Weight for the class is 6,000 pounds. Now, both types cannot run a turbocharger larger than a 3-inch inlet, and they make about 1,500 horsepower. There are several different brands of tractors fighting it out here, so the competition will be fierce. Our Will Kimmel, which is our top-end reporter, is with Scott Thomas for more on that.
He's sitting second in points. Scott, how important is this night to you guys?
We really need a good showing here. We've lost a few points, past few polls, and if we're going to catch David Burnett, we've got to make up some ground tonight.
Now, the name is Till the Money Runs Out, and that couldn't be any more true, but what have you done with the tractor to make it better for tonight?
Well, we stay pretty consistent with our tractor. We don't make a lot of changes. We just try to follow our notes and run our routine, but we did put a fresh set of tires on, so we've got one hook on these, so they ought to be dialed in for tonight, so we're going to give it a shot.
And here comes Jerry Sipes with his family-driven International Harvester. Remember, we talked about the different colors. Red is the Harvester guy.
Well, it's a Case IH with a Cummins diesel engine converted to run on alcohol. Jerry Sipes, 6-time Battle of the Bluegrass champion, and he is the winningest light limited super stock tractor puller in history. Lays down an awesome run. 331.25. He would be nuts to drop that, Ted.
No, he won't do that. Anything over 300 feet, you better keep it, especially 331 feet. Now, the next competitor is David Bewley from Vine Grove, Kentucky.
Nothing serious, John Deere. He's a dairy farmer and a tractor puller, and he's been getting this tractor to run pretty good lately. Nothing serious, laying down a sweet run, but it's going to run out of horsepower at the end.
Let's take another look and see if we can figure out exactly what happened with our Jeffrey Machine replay. Kind of mild, just a little bit of a wheel stand there. I think he just didn't have quite enough power.
Just the power thing right now, but I'm telling you, he's making more power than he has before.
Looked like a pretty solid pull from our end. Tell us a little bit about it.
It felt real good from my end, too. So I ain't been out much, and that was a pretty good ride for this thing right now. So a little more tweaking to do, and I think we got it.
Now here comes the aforementioned Scott Thomas out of Indianapolis, Indiana. Remember the really neat name on this tractor, Till the Money Runs Out. Couldn't be any truer. This guy is a serious competitor. He likes to come down here and take the money away from the Bluegrass boys.
Yeah, he says he's a city slicker and wants to come down and do battle against the hillbillies in Kentucky, and he finds that it's pretty difficult to take their money, but he's taken it several times this year, and that Massey, he is gunning for Jerry Sipes. Not gonna get it done. 307.14. Let's check it out on the Jeffrey Machine Instant Replay. A very good run. He said the most difficult thing on this new tractor is to get the balance just right, and Ted, he didn't have the balance right. It cost him on the far end.
Looked like a pretty good hook, but also looked like you had to earn that one.
Yeah, the tractor front had pretty good balance, but it was going left and had to use some right brake in there, but I wasn't disappointed with the pass, but I doubt it's going to hold up.
Do you think it will?
No, I want to say yes because we need the points, but there's just a whole field of tough tractors here tonight, and we're all pretty evenly matched. So the guy that nails the weight will take home the check.
So here's the way they stand. He's in second place right now with that 307-foot pull.
This coverage of Battle of the Bluegrass Pulling Series is being brought to you by Jeffrey Machine, driven by precision, and by Liquitube, the original liquid inner tube, and by Moon Pie Moonshine, the working man's reward. Visit moonpiemoonshine.com, and by Dustless Plastic. It's the future of surface preparation.
Battle of the Bluegrass Series is coming to you from Shepherdsville, Kentucky, the Jeffrey Machine Summer Nationals. Our next puller, Kevin Singleton, with a very famous tractor. Folks, this one's been around for a while and done a lot. The Kentucky Gambler. Love the name.
Well, the only thing new about this tractor is the new sheet metal and the new motor. The rear end, the bell housing, the rest of it, it's been around for a long time. Kevin Singleton, really tough competitor, got the John Deere fans on their feet. Oh, too far up in the air. He had the power, couldn't keep it on the ground. 297.85 will not get it done tonight.
Here comes a member of the Powell family, the Fighting Pals. This is Kenny Powell from LaGrange, Kentucky, the Out for Revenge. Now they have another custom beautiful tractor we'll see a little bit later on. This is the Ford version driven by Kenny.
Kenny has been having some issues, mainly with getting this tractor to make a straight, consistent run, and then he's had balance issues. But the one thing I can say, he's getting the tractor to run better and better as the year goes on. Let's see if tonight can be a night for a victory for him. He's picked up 2 wins so far this year. Well, he's not going to get win number 3 tonight. Having all kinds of problems. He is going to shut down way early.
Now you can see Kenny's kind of disgusted with the whole thing, pulling off his fire gloves there, slamming him down. Let's take a look at it with our Jeffrey Machine instant replay. We can kind of see what happens. He's pulling the front tires up in the air, looks like a nice normal run, and all of a sudden it just kind of lays down and starts bouncing, Tom.
Issues internally. Let's go trackside.
Looked like that run started good.
Started real good, had a little problem there probably with turbo. We'll take it back, check it, and get everything ready for next week.
Why did it take off so hard to the left?
Well, I'm wanting to go a little bit left, then swing back to the right. So, I don't know. It's just one of those things, buddy. These things got a mind of their own sometimes.
One nice guy, let me tell you, Kenny Powell. Here comes the U.S. Marines Semper Fidelis. Floyd Singleton is up, driving an International Harvester.
Well, Floyd Singleton is a sod farmer by trade. He's a former U.S. Marine and Semper Fi. Well, every run is dedicated to the U.S. Marines. Expect a strong run out of this Case IH. Hammer down, here comes Floyd. Taking a little bit of a bumpy ride there, but now he's settled down. Ted, he's getting close to him down there. Gonna come up short, but not too short. A good run, 297.62.
Let's go overhead and take a look at that run one more time with our Jeffrey Machine replay.
As you can see, about mid-track, he took a turn to the left. He had to get on the brakes, and that cost him the win.
Up next, a John Deere. This is Ralph Pop from Memphis, Indiana. He calls it the Green Attitude.
This is our first look at a diesel in this class, Ted. A John Deere 470 cubic inches. Coming off the line good. Can he keep the boost up a little flame? That tells you a lot of power under the hood. This 4010 is looking good. Riding it high, Ted. Oh no, problems right there. And the problem, sometimes in Shepherdsville, it's called the proud gear syndrome, Ted. Running too high of a gear, and when that weight box hits them, it just starts to go down.
Another look from overhead right here with our drone. Love that big black smoke that comes out of those diesel tractors.
Had your hands full on that run there. What are you doing to make the diesel competitive with the alcohol tractors?
Well, we're doing a lot of work with turbos and trying to get our boost numbers where we need to get them, and get to where we can move more air. Intakes, some piping, plumbing, it's always a challenge, always something different going on.
Well, coming up next is the Can Survive machine. This is Mark Filiatru out of Bardstown, Kentucky. He was a guy that about 5 years ago started to build this tractor, was diagnosed with cancer, had to put the tractor in the shed, spent 2 years or so beating cancer. He beat it, went back to working on the tractor, and now he's got one of the top light limited super stocks in the country. Ford fans love him. He is riding it high, Ted, expecting to be knocking on the door of Jerry Seitz. Wow, snap, crackle, pop at the end, and we even got a fire.
Well, a good reasonable pull, though, Tom, at 302.70 feet. As we get ready to go to break, and Kathy Fisher, here is the Liquid Tube leaderboard.
Polling 101. You ever wonder about the tires that are on these tractors? Notice they're all cut down. These are very, very special tires. Now, they didn't come from the factory this way. These folks have spent a lot of money getting all of the lugs cut off, certain depth. Hey, it's all about getting that proper amount of traction. And how about $10,000 for a brand new set? Oh, you want to save some money? Well, you can get a used set for about $8,000. So how many do you want to buy?
Back in Shepherdsville, Kentucky, as our current points leader pulls out onto the track, you're watching the Jeffrey Machine Summer Nationals. What exactly is a Jeffrey Machine? Tom McConnell has that story.
Well, Jeffrey Machine, a name that you already know for high-quality augers, particularly those agricultural light-duty post-hole diggers, but you may not know something else about Jeffrey Machine. They also have augers used in foundation drillings like, Jeff, what is that monster hanging up behind us there?
Well, that's a small 36-inch foundation tool. We actually build these 14, 15, 16-foot diameter. This was small enough we could get it on the trailer. Now, if you look at the bottom, you'll see these bullet-looking teeth. That's carbide. As those wear out, we replace them. You take a hammer and a punch, you knock them out from the butt end, and you knock a fresh one in. Those are about $30 a piece. So drilling does get expensive.
A unit this large, where's it going to be used?
A lot of times when you see a construction site and you see concrete being poured and that rebar cage going in the hole, this auger made the hole. Might be a building, might be a condominium, might be a parking deck, might be a cell tower, might be a transmission line. That's where they use these tools.
Well, these tools are phenomenal in quality. Well, that's the thing about Jeffrey Machine. Let's go back to the track.
All right, thank you very much, Tom. Get back up here in the booth while David Burnett from Brandenburg, Kentucky pulls up. He calls his tractor Outnumbered. It's a big IH, bright red.
766 IH, 370 cubic inches under the hood, an alky burner, and he is #1 in point standings right now. He wants to win the pull, but mostly he wants to beat that Massey Ferguson of Scott Thomas to see if he can garner some more points. And he at least does that. 311.55 doesn't take over the lead, but he gains points.
Well, indeed he does, Tom. 311 feet. That's good enough for #2 position. Let's ride along and listen to the beautiful sound of that tractor. Well, up next will be Brian Bentley, the under pressure Ford, as things turn blue here. He's from Taylorsville, Kentucky.
This is a beautiful tractor, and everybody has a technique of driving. Some guys like to keep the front end down, thinking that's the best way to pull. Other guys like it up. When this tractor runs right, Ted, the front end is up, and he's driving it by the rear brakes. Expect a good run out of this one. Here comes Brian Bentley. See if he can get that front end up. If he does, that Ford is going to get ferocious. Starting to come up. It's not running right, Ted. Got a slight miss in the motor, and he's going to shut down early.
Well, he was about to go out of bounds and be disqualified anyway, so he backs off at 290.38 feet. Not bad. Look at him. As we look at the replay, he was fighting that tractor all over the place. The whole course is only 30 feet wide, and I think he covered about 25 feet of it.
What was it like driving?
He got a little squirrely. He got a little out of shape.
What did you need to go a little better right there?
Probably could have used one more weight on the front. Kind of sounded like the motor had a floater in it too. Wasn't running all right.
Austin Wethington coming up next out of Elizabethtown, Kentucky with the Ain't Misbehavin' John Deere. It's an alky burner, and this man has a new engine builder, and this engine builder trying a lot of different things. Worked really well last week in Mount Sterling, Kentucky, where this tractor took a very strong second place finish. Let's see how he does tonight. A tractor that could really surprise us out here, Ted.
John Deere's not doing real well tonight. First, second, third place currently held by International Harvesters. There comes that front end up in the air. Let's see if he has enough horsepower to drag it beyond 300 feet. No, not tonight. 282.83. Now here comes a really neat name for a tractor, Old Rags. This is Lindsey Moore.
Old Rags has been around a long, long time. It's a D21 with new sheet metal, the original 426 cubic inch motor that came out of an Alice Chalmers D21. Well, it's under the hood of this new sheet metal AGCO Alice. He's a third generation puller. First diesel to ever win a Battle of the Bluegrass Light Limited Championship last year, but this year it's been a rough ride, and the diesel not going to get it done here tonight.
Comes up way up short at 241.42 feet. Take another look at it, high in the air. He's fighting that all the way down the track, bouncing up and down. You can see lifted for just a minute as you saw the black smoke stop. So as we go to break, take a look right now at our leaderboard sponsored by Liquid Tube. You'll see 4 guys over 300 feet.
This coverage of Battle of the Bluegrass Pulling Series has been brought to you by Black Gold Moonshine, real Kentucky moonshine made the right way. And by Jeffrey Machine, driven by precision. And by River City Truck Parts, heavy-duty parts you need when you need them. And by Dustless Blasting, it's the future of surface preparation.
Our next puller coming up now will be Brad Powell. He's the son of the earlier Kenny Powell that you saw pulling out of LaGrange, Kentucky. He calls this the Cut Loose International Harvester.
A 1206 International. He won the first pull of the year in Charlestown, Indiana. Been looking for that winner's circle for a long time since then. This Alky burner is running good. Can he take over Jerry Sipes? Gets past 300, Ted, but not the other 30 feet he needs.
Yeah.
Not tonight.
Right now, here comes another international harvester. This is Brandon Phillips from Vine Grove, Kentucky.
Brandon Phillips will be our last look at an international harvester diesel. So diesel fans, one more shot with the red brand to do it. Here he comes. We've seen him in the winner's circle several times before. Now, did not get past 75 foot. Officials say you can go back. Only once can you do that. He's got it lined out now. The relaunch is on. Phillips laying down an awesome run. Whoa, Ted, he is airborne. Almost flips it over. Wow.
All over the place. What a ride for Brandon Phillips. Oh, we got to look at that thing again. Unbelievable. Watch him. Looks like a normal run, a little bounce in the air, and then all of a sudden, almost completely sideways, Tom.
One of the most violent runs we've seen all year.
Obviously a pretty wild ride for you right there. What happened and what was going through your head while you're trying to get a hold of this thing?
Well, honestly, when you're going down through the track, I mean, you're focused on staying in between the white lines and getting it down the track, and I had really no idea that it was happening, and then, you know, it's just kind of one of those things that you're going down through there and then it just happened. So I didn't realize it got as bad as it did, but I'm all right, and we're good to go.
You don't see many of these, folks. This is the spare parts entry in Alice Chalmers of Mark Morgan.
Well, Mark's been pulling for many, many years. Bought this tractor just last year trying to get the spare parts lined out on this Alky burner, and, well, spare parts, he's going to need a few more spare parts, Ted, because it's not figured out here just yet.
Way short at 232.39 feet. One final puller remains, and it's going to be a Ford of all things.
Tim Hammond's the unbridled Ford, and it is a diesel. Seen this guy in the winner's circle a bunch. Can he beat Jerry Sipes tonight? That Ford is running straight. Can he keep it in between the lines? No problems. Will is with our winner.
Pretty strong pull tonight. Tell us a little bit about how it went for you.
Well, track conditions helped being first up. It was a good track. It did go away. I was glad I got number one tonight.
Well, it's hard to beat experience. A lot of young guys, and that guy had the experience to get it done by a bunch. Several of them over 300 feet, though. That's the way they finished up our final standings. Now we have special awards coming up to give right now. The Black Gold Moonshine Best Appearing Award went to Kitty Powell, the Out for Revenge. Look at that beautiful paint job. The Hatfield and McCoy Best Engineered Award to Lindsey Moore, the Old Rags, Alice Chalmers, another good-looking tractor. And the River City Truck Parts Hot Run of the Day. Well, who else? It's got to be Jerry Sipes, the family-driven international that beat everybody by 30 feet. For Tom McConnell, Will Kimmel, Kathy Fisher, and our entire CBS Sports Network crew, I'm Ted Jones. In association with Masters Entertainment Group, this has been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports.